Hello Scorpio, I'm Poetic Heretic, and this is your April 2017 tarot forecast. Do remember you can use these videos for your sun, rising, and moon signs. So let us begin. You begin the month with the Fool reversed. This card represents your current outside influences right around the beginning of the month. The Fool reversed is saying that things around you are making you fearful of change or making you feel like you don't want to let go of the past. You're afraid to embrace a new journey that secretly, or maybe even not so secretly, you want to go on. And the card's reversal is kind of encouraging you to try to break out of that, to try to focus on going on that new journey of life. For the challenge card, or what may help or hinder, we have the King of Wands. Now, it did come up reversed, so it's like saying the challenge for you this month will be to overcome low energy, lack of passion, lack of enthusiasm, and instead to try to have that passion and enthusiasm and that self-reliance and that fiery King of Wands passion to do what you need to do, especially like as it's crossing over the Fool card reversed, to break free and to go on a new journey, start a new chapter of your life, to use the power of your will to do whatever it takes to break free. That's really kind of what this is saying here. And like saying the challenge will be to also not slip into taking the easy way out, which would be to just kind of give in to a low energy, feelings of low energy or apathy or things like that. Don't do that. Alright, for your underlying energy, you have the Knight of Cups. So this card is talking about, well, first of all, everything that's forming the foundation of your current situation. It's the underlying energy. So the Knight of Cups, he talks about emotional intelligence and introversion. He talks about passion and love and romance, and can also be a sign of a forthcoming romance or a romance that is coming up. So the things around you seem to be encouraging you, whether you realize it or not, in that new direction. Now, of course, if that's just completely off of your radar and not what you want at all, then it's likely going to manifest as a form of creativity or like interest in something new. If it's not going to be about another person, it's going to be about that kind of interest in something. So, for the past and issues you've had to deal with, you have the Two of Cups reversed. This card is a pretty intense blow when it's reversed, but I guess it's a good thing that it's in the past, because it's saying that you've had to deal with issues surrounding close, deep interpersonal relationships. This is the classic indicator of a failed relationship, or at least a lost love anyway, and that kind of disappointment and pain that's associated with that. And that might even be why you're afraid of change in the present, quite possibly, with the Fool reversed. Or maybe it's this relationship that you still feel like you aren't able to completely let go of. And that's why you're afraid to pursue something new. But interestingly enough, when we come to the next card, the Seven of Swords, for what you hope to achieve, this is, well, first of all, this is saying that you want to achieve your own way. It's a card that talks about uniqueness and individuality. It's a card that talks about doing things your own way and going against the flow and walking roads less traveled and being eccentric, being different. You're wanting something that is quite different and unique. And it's quite possible that you yourself want to go your own way, and yet you also, the majority of you, apparently have this approaching lover or romance, which is then also further indicated by the Hierophant card coming up here. But it is a very interesting dynamic because on one hand you are wanting to express your own uniqueness, but even this card, look, it's a 7 that's going to talk about relationships. It's like saying that you don't really want to do that alone. And then it's further complicated by possibly feeling afraid of change. And so, it's almost like you're going to have to be like the fool in the card and take a leap of faith, perhaps. And that might be what you have to do, but I would say, regardless, if it is a leap of faith that you'll want to take, you'll want to do it through the power of your will, as we saw with the King of Wands. So, 7 of Swords for what you hope to achieve, going against the flow, doing things your own way, being different, maybe even finding your own uniqueness and individuality. And then that contrasts with the Hierophant in the near future, because the Hierophant talks about tradition and order and structure and the status quo. So, well, I guess there's 2 main things here. First of all, you have this fear of change, even though you want to change, apparently. It could be that early in the month, you're encountering circumstances that are still making it hard to change. In this case, maybe the Hierophant takes on a more negative connotation, which can happen sometimes, where it's this excessive conservatism or rigidity, like being held back, being compressed, finding it challenging to move forward. However, on a completely different note, so for some of you it's going to be what I just said, for others it's going to be what I'm about to say, and for some of you it might even be a weird mixture of both. So, the second main possibility here is, as we saw with the forthcoming romance with the Knight of Cups down here, this card can indicate the making it official, the making of it official of a particular relationship. It can even be associated with marriage, but that would only apply for those of you who have been in a relationship for some time, of course, and that's not what I'm seeing here, again, with the 2 of Cups reversed. But, I'm sure that's not going to be true for 100% of the Scorpios out there, which I might not have mentioned it earlier. If the 2 of Cups reversed was not referring to like a romantic relationship that failed in the past for you, then it's going to manifest as something else. As in any case, it's going to manifest as something else with that same energy. Another relationship that had a problem, another situation in your life that was important to you that broke down in some way, that failed or went wrong and was extremely disappointing or painful to you. So just wanted to include that as well here to be thorough. So those are the rather dynamic possibilities with the Hierophant here. So for your attitude or position on the situation about halfway through the month, you have the King of Cups. So it's very interesting that you guys pulled both the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups and their proximity to each other down here. It's fascinating. The King of Cups, similar to the Knight of Cups, is also talking about introversion and also deep understanding, the energy of understanding or deep understanding, which so does the Knight of Cups. So, you're feeling like that, but you're also feeling open and clearly communicative of your emotions. You're expressing your emotions clearly. You're communicating clearly and communicating your emotions clearly. And this can also even be like professing your love for another person. So for those of you that do end up in a new relationship, you're feeling very loving, basically, to simplify it. You're feeling loving and you're feeling very expressive of that love. And even for those of you who are not going to be in a relationship this month, you're still going to feel that kind of loving, dreamy, creative energy of the King of Cups. And also, I would say a sense of emotional balance and stability. Like being emotional, but in a very healthy and balanced way. So for the outside force coming in, you have the King of Pentacles reversed. So this could be a bit of a snag, and I say only a bit because we've got a good outcome card coming up. But when the King of Pentacles is reversed, it can talk about a warning of some kind. Like this is a warning sign of something that could possibly hurt your finances and or your work life, like your job or whatever. Sometimes it can manifest as an illness. It can be just general disorder, something that comes your way that creates disorder. And of course, with it being a court card, it could even take the form of a person, talking about an adult male earth sign who is going to try to destabilize something that you've got going on, try to disrupt things, probably relating to money and finance. But again, taken in context with the rest of the spread, it doesn't look like it's going to be anything too bad, but just something to watch out for. So for your hopes or fears, you have the Four of Cups reversed. This is quite interesting as well, because when the Four of Cups is reversed, it can talk about confidence and openness and renewed optimism. And so while you might have this fear of change, there is part of you that is hoping for the ability to see things more optimistically and to get your confidence back, basically, to be confident in yourself and to be yourself and to be unique, to achieve your uniqueness, even if you might face some challenges along the way to achieving that. And also, having optimism and confidence and openness about love, just because you've experienced some painful and unfortunate things in the past doesn't mean that you have to be forever closed off to new love, new romance. I would say a large percentage of you anyway are hoping for that kind of openness to new possibilities in the area of love and romance. And in fact, I know that some people will even say just the fact that this card showed up back here, even though it's reversed, is a sign that that kind of deep love and romance and that kind of deep connection with someone is a significant possibility for all of you this month, or for a lot of you this month. Like, the potential is there, like, especially, you know, with these other cards here, Knight of Cups, King of Cups, the Hierophant. The potential is there. So just, you know, more things to keep in mind there, basically. You know, you're hoping for that kind of renewed optimism, confidence, openness to new possibilities. And then the outcome card. Well, good news. It looks like you guys have a happy ending this month. The Ace of Pentacles, it's a very good sign, a very positive card. It's talking about fortune, luck, riches, wealth, success, abundance. It's talking about starting something new. Now, usually this card is referring to abundance in a monetary or financial sense, or talking about everything that's in the physical realm. However, it can just as easily, or I would say almost just as easily, talk about a new relationship that's going to be like a good investment, you know, as we're seeing in the spread. And especially when we have it in combination with all the rest of these cards. Now, I also did hear, just for those of you who will be interested, you know, I'm not technically an astrologer, but I know that Venus is retrograde this month, and it's about halfway through the month when it's no longer retrograde, and they say don't start a new relationship, or no, don't make a relationship official when Venus is retrograde. At least that's what they say. So, you know, just something to keep in mind for you guys. You might want to wait until later in the month to make anything official. Maybe the end of the month with that Ace of Pentacles there. But other than that, that is your forecast for this month. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great month. This has been a tarot forecast for the sign of Scorpio for the month of April 2017 from Poetic Heretic. Don't forget to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.